Have you ever considered that you might be thinking a bit black and white? Honestly, I think I have ever since I've been doing well in self-improvement and actually like labeling certain habits as bad and certain habits as good. Obviously, the good habits obviously are delayed gratification, and then the bad habits are instant gratification, you know. Scientifically, I know that those are bad. I know that Netflix and video games and junk food are bad. And I know that exercise, meditating, reading, all of that stuff is good because it's delayed gratification. I know that delayed gratification is good. My old friends who I've pretty much fallen out with from high school, who only ever did like instant gratification habits, honestly, most of our friendship was based off of that instant gratification. And because of that, I've kind of labeled them as people in this kind of black or white scenario of like good or bad, not really accounting for like a gray area that is possibly there. And I'm trying to think, like, is that such a bad thing, or is it a good thing? Is it bad that I see things as just black or white now? Like, I have the capacity to say, like, yeah, I guess there is a gray area with that, but it's just easier for me to label it as good or bad, black or white. Is it going to stay in my life, or am I going to kick it out? Is there any point of me wasting my energy on this? And you know what? For self-improvement, it's probably a good thing. Because if you label video games as, you know, something that isn't quite black but isn't quite white, you know, it's kind of a gray area. Because if you say to yourself, yeah, like it relaxes me, but yeah, I know it's bad, it's a waste of time, but you know, I worked hard today, it's a reward, blah blah blah. If you're not cutting it out completely, then you've already lost. It wasn't until I completely cut out video games that I actually started to see a lot of progress. It wasn't until I labeled video games as a black, or like labeled it as black. I'm not trying to be racist, that sounds racist, but if you've watched like half of the video, you know the context, okay? Don't cancel me. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, it wasn't until I labeled video games as like a bad habit, like completely like only bad, like I didn't like care about any of like the good things about it, like it's just excuses at the end of the day. They're just excuses. And the same goes for like alcohol, going out to see my friends and partying and like, you know, drinking with my friends. Like, it's bad, it's not good. There's nothing has ever, like nothing good has ever come out of it. Honestly, I just need better friends in that specific context. And you could say that it's not very free thinking of me to label these things as just black or white, but in terms of self-improvement, it's very practical. It's so much easier. It's like, yeah, I know that things are more complicated than that. I'm not stupid, you know. But if I actually want to see a change in my life, I need my body to react to the bad thing as if it were completely bad, because that way I don't even want it. It's like, how could I quit cigarettes if I kept thinking like, oh, but they're so like relieving, and you know, sometimes it's nice to have a little smoke break. It's like, bro, they're so unhealthy for you. That is the only thing. It's not a gray area. It's just black. Same with exercise. Exercise, there's nothing bad about exercise. I mean, unless you like exercise too much and you get an injury, but like, that's like a 1% thing. That's not even an excuse. Exercise is white. There's no black. It's not gray. It's just white. And if you can label this shit as just black or white, it could be good. And maybe maybe in the future I'll change my mind and I'll say, oh, you know, thinking in black and white is actually very counterproductive because of this, this, and this. And maybe I'm not that far enough into it yet to actually think that way right now, as I haven't seen any like negative consequences of thinking in black or white. I guess the only negative consequences are that I cut off a few people, which I'm somewhat conflicted about, but they see this YouTube channel. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Excuse me, I guess. But what I mean is that I've only recently realized, like, I've been labeling shit as black or white. Like, I have been seeing people as a bit black or white, which, you know, people are people. They can be good and bad. But as a friend to me, it needs to be black or white. It needs to be like, is this someone that I can talk to about anything? Is this someone that will give me good advice and will keep me accountable? No? Okay, that's black. I've got a black cat here. And he's got grey fur, actually. He's got white furs. So he's grey. I don't know if anyone can relate to this, like, black or white thinking. Because it's like, yeah, I know there's, like, more to life. Like, 100% I know... 100% I know that there's... Dude, his butthole is so fucked. Can you... Okay, yeah, like, I know that there's more to life than just black or white thinking. But for now, I'm going to use it as a tactic that I can use to just kind of, like, ignore everything that is potentially bad. Because it's a good way to, like, kind of minimize your life to the basic needs, like the essential shit. Is you want to keep your life at a minimum. Like, you don't want all this, like, stupid clutter. Like, you know, social media, you know, that could be like a thing that's like a gray area because, oh, it's bad because it fucks with your mental health, but it's good because I can keep in contact with my friends. That's something you might label as gray, but nowadays I just label it as black and I don't use it at all, apart from YouTube. And then it's like, okay, that's fine, because now I don't have this stupid clutter of, like, this guilt while I'm using the thing that I know is bad, but I'm just kind of excusing it as good and labeling it as a gray area in my own mind. But it's like, this black and white thinking has just cut down a lot of useless shit out of my life, and it has been very good. So I don't know, maybe in future I'll change my mind, but I'd like to see if maybe this could help you in, like, your terms of thinking. Like, if you just stop excusing things and only say, like, okay, is this essential in my life? Is this a black or white thing? Maybe it will, like, improve some area of your life. So yeah, that's me.